All right. We're a little late on this one. Here we are sitting here on Saturday morning watching it rain at my kitchen studio here on Smith Lake in Alabama. Meeting Two Nation. What we thought we'd do today, we're running behind. We really didn't have no major guests, and it didn't matter anyway. We kind of give you guys a little wrap on our last week and a half of turkey hunting, nearly dying stories from our failures to successes. We're not saying season's over yet, but my gun's cleaned up. Actually, it's not. It's still sitting down there, ready to be cleaned. All my clothes are put up. Well, except for one set that I washed. So
I just finished putting everything away yesterday, but it's within a grab if I need it.
Well, all I got to do is grab my boots and some clothes, because if we do go back, I'm tagged out in Tennessee. You still got
one bird,
so we'll get to all that here shortly. Anyway, we thought we'd give you guys a big recap on our Oklahoma hunt. I hope you got to see my turkey calling tutorial while we were sitting out there in the 485 mile an hour winds, and so a few pictures we took here and there. But anyway, I guess we'll just kind of go over. I mean, it was a fun trip. I'd definitely go back to Oklahoma.
We got to.
Yeah, being that we didn't kill anything, but we saw lots of birds.
Yeah.
So,
and we probably should have capitalized on.
Yeah, I mean, I probably could have killed that one that evening behind us. You couldn't have, because there's no way you could see it, but we was wanting it to come on out there. But well, I guess we'll just start out Saturday. We pulled out Saturday, lunchtime-ish, 1 o'clock-ish?
Yeah, it was somewhere around
in there. And we was just going to take our time. We didn't want to get just beat down by driving, 10, 12 hours to get over to Fort Cobb, whatever it was called. That's where we were based out of. And when I say based, it was a base. We did hunt some places close, but a lot of times we was driving an hour each way. But yeah, we took off in the afternoon and headed west, hitting Mississippi. Good, beautiful weather. We're all fired up.
Traffic was flowing good.
Made it through Memphis with hardly any issues, just that little bit of construction.
And we did a little bypass.
Yeah, we trusted the GPS, and it did us right, got us around a bunch of crap, and went through that long drive in Arkansas. And then
we decided we would try to at least make it to Fort Smith, Arkansas, which is on the Oklahoma-Arkansas
That's right
border.
on the line, yes. Which was a great plan.
Yes.
Until we got there.
Plenty of places to eat.
Lots of places.
We hadn't eaten any dinner. And then we go to the first hotel, and
I think it's kind of funny, since I left this up to you. I'm going to blame you anyway, after what happened to us in Kansas. But yeah, we pull into the first hotel, and hell, there had to be 100 motorcycles sitting out there.
Trailers, motorcycles.
I'm going, this ain't good. And we walk in to the hotel, and you walk up to the desk, and they ask, we got a reservation, I think.
Yep. Lo and behold,
if you didn't have a reservation, you weren't getting in there.
It's the annual motorcycle rally.
And Raji, the hotel man, I don't know his real name. I just figure he was Indian. Most of them are nowadays. Let us know real quick that they didn't have any rooms available. And
good luck on finding any that were available.
They didn't think they would be any within probably 30 miles of that place, because they were a big, some kind of veterans motorcycle rally they were doing. Just our luck, car show last year in Kansas, and then motorcycle rally.
But we was able to slide into Chili's and eat some dinner.
Yeah, we did. We did roll into Chili's, got us a little dinner.
Started hacking away on the phone,
hacking on the
find a place to
phone,
stay.
carrying on with our waitress, right where we could stay. And she had told us some place that was way out there. I mean, hell,
It was like an hour and a half away.
we'd have
and there
been
was-
nearly where we was going to stay, which there wouldn't have been nowhere else to stay. I don't think I saw a hotel in any of those little towns close. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The only hotel I saw got tore down, and that was in Clinton. We took a picture of the sign. But,
Yeah.
I mean, so it was good that you got on your phone and found us another little hotel,
It was in Salisal, which was it was about 30 minutes, so that wasn't bad.
It wasn't by no means no 5-star, no 4-star. I wouldn't even say it was a 3-star. It was clean. And, of course, they took all your information. Want to make sure we didn't have no dogs, how many people. We rolled in there because they were already in bed because it was after 11. And I don't know what that lady, or it was a guy. What was it?
Oh, when we were at Chili's and I called the guy to see if they had rooms, he said, I didn't want to have to explain everything.
Yeah.
So he said, do y'all have are you traveling with any pets? I said, no. He said, how many people? I said, 2. I said, it's just me and my dad. I figured that was a lot easier.
And he didn't question it. That was when we got there, and he's looking us eye in eye. I guess so. But so we spent the night there, and lo and behold, when we woke up the next morning, straight across the parking lot was
A little 24-hour mom and pop.
Mom and pop. I mean, one of the best breakfasts I've had in a long time. I had taters and everything you can imagine. It was jalapenos for breakfast. That's always a plus.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so we had us a good breakfast, and we hit the road.
Well, we got a lot further than we thought.
Well,
we didn't like, but
No, yeah, we was nearly
3
to Oklahoma
hours there or
City,
something,
where we stopped anyway, and so we blow in through Oklahoma City, and
Stopped
we
at
got
Bass
time
Pro
to kill.
Shop.
We can't get in our house. We were told till 4:00.
Yeah.
So there's Bass Pro Shop. So we just decided to take a little detour downtown Oklahoma City, which to me really wasn't no bigger than Birmingham in a way. I mean, I didn't see much more there. But we zigzagged around, got in Bass Pro Shops and piddled around there. I think you bought another decoy.
Yeah.
Oh, was I supposed to say that?
Topped
Laura,
off with fuel.
Laura know anything about that decoy?
I don't know. I guess many now.
I'll retract that. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I did. I'm not sure. I don't think I bought anything. Did I buy anything?
No, you was about to buy that graph.
Oh, yeah.
Or that
Yeah,
monitor.
that monitor. But,
Yeah.
you know, I kept hoping the little woman might give her enough hints on, you know, I hadn't put it in my live scope because I don't have my $2,000 monitor to go on the boat. But she informed me that she paid for my beautiful Christopher Allen call over here, which ain't nearly as much as that graph. And that was my birthday.
But Father's Day's coming up.
Yeah, Father's Day's coming. Maybe they can all get together and, you know, pool their money. Although, you know, I'm still out $1,000 on a gun that I paid you. I ain't seen it. And his hunting club dues are due right now. He ain't paid me yet. So I'm not looking.
He did come fix the water line.
He fixed my water line. Yeah, I guess we can get in that crap later on, too. I got to get it all dug up out here and finish it out. I told him to leave it uncovered. It's uncovered.
I don't think it's going to freeze.
No. But we hopped back in the truck, and we're headed on. We decided we'd just ride on out and find the house, see where we was, get the lay of the land, go buy some groceries. You know, we had a house, but we had to feed ourselves and that kind of thing while we was there. So anyway, we get close. What is it? It's after lunch, somewhere right in there.
It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Yeah. So we text our guy Ryder and let him know we got there a lot earlier than we thought, and we're just going to ride around. Could he tell us where to get groceries, that kind of thing? And he told us the house was ready. Go on, you know, stretch out there, get our stuff unloaded if we wanted to. And I don't know if it was in that conversation, but a few more texts go by, and he goes, "Hey, if y'all want to go hunt this afternoon, I got a place." But killed 2 turkeys on it opening weekend. A guy bumped a couple walking in, or they tried to slip up on a couple of weeks back. And we was welcome to go over there if we wanted to. Well, you don't tell 2 turkey killers if you want to go turkey hunt when what always been doing was twiddling our thumbs all evening. So he dropped us a pin, and we changed clothes. I don't know. I mean, we took, we didn't get over there till what?
It was about 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
Mm-hmm. Because we had an hour and 5-minute drive.
Yeah, and he had told us not even worry about getting there till 5.
Yeah.
But, you're already excited. You're ready to go. We was ready to go. So we unloaded at the house and changed clothes, and we blew off to, you had to go through Clinton, Oklahoma, toward a little area called Butler.
Through Arapahoe.
Yeah, Arapahoe. And we turn in lots of gas wells and I guess oil wells. I don't know what all they are. Little pumping stations everywhere. And we turn down this like a service road that gets back into this little ranch, or I guess that's what you call it, cow pasture, 100-something acre cow pasture for me. Little draws. Kind of reminded me of a miniature Nebraska, how it would look with those draws. And lo and behold, you look over. I ain't even looking. I'm looking at oil wells, and you spot a dang gobbler walking down the road across, I don't know, a few hundred yards from us. And, of course, we whipped the binoculars out on him. You can see a rope hanging down on him, and he's just strolling on in there. And
of course, we're trying to figure out if that's the property we're hunting.
Yeah, I mean, are we going to be right there? What do we need to do? And kind of looking at on X, and, we got to park right up here. And
change clothes.
Yeah. No, you changed clothes. I think I was already dressed. You might have had to put your boots on.
Remember, we put our leafy suits on over our shorts T-shirt.
Oh, that was that day, wasn't it? Yeah, yeah. So we're in shorts and T-shirt. It's hot. And a little windy, but not bad windy.
Mm-mm.
Not that day. And he had told us where to go set up by they'd seen these turkeys at a hay ring. The turkeys like to go out there and scratch and hot tip, hunt hay rings. Apparently we saw a lot of that. A lot of turkey activity around hay rings. It ain't like they're feeding them feed out there, and they may, but just all that old rotten hay and cow manure, and them turkeys love to go scratch around in it, hunt bugs and whatever, I guess. I guess they peck out of the cow manure or whatever. But anyway, so we grab our chairs and our guns. We're in our leafy suits, and we hop over there and find us a place to set up. Right there, I guess was kind of in front of it, looking off down across a long open area. Little draws on each side of us, and we call a little bit, and we're just excited to be there. And then turkey eye, I don't know what you call it. You're always spotting the turkeys. You spot a turkey. I guess it was that same one. Wasn't he walking on down that way? And
yeah, he because
we beat him down there. I think we
seen him 2 or 3 times before we ever.
Yeah, but I mean, the first time we saw him, wasn't he still coming from that road where we saw him up on the road?
Yeah,
He'd just been strolling. He was all by himself.
He would just go down in those woods, and then he would pop back up on the field.
There he is.
I think he'd go and cool off down
I'd
there.
call, nothing. I mean, he's 600 yards away. If he's a yard away, he's at least 600 yards, way the heck over. I mean, we're watching him through binoculars, and I'd pop that call and yelp, and he'd look. Every night he'd stretch his old neck up and look over there at us, and then he'd walk on back off down in the woods, and there he was back again. I don't know how many times he did that.
3 or 4 times, I know.
I mean, it could, at least 3 or 4 times. And finally it's like, I don't know what to do other than just...
Well, then while we were watching him, we watched those 3 jakes go out.
Yeah, we didn't know there's 3 jakes that day. We just knew there's big birds.
Yeah, and we knew 2 of them was redheads.
Yes. And they were even further away, but headed kind of off the property. You could, it's so flat out there, you can see for miles. But finally it goes along, and, it's like, I don't know what to do. We're just going to, what?
Well, it started cooling off a little bit, and I think that helped. I think that's why he kept going in the woods, because it was so hot.
Well, he comes out, but we we decided we might as well just put it on him. So we go to laying it to him. I mean, loud, long, hard,
All we can do.
popping. Yep. I mean, he's 600 yards away. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Wouldn't do nothing. But by God, he turned around and finally, he's so far away, we could see him, his old neck stretched out and shaking. If you could, you know what a gobbling turkey looks like, and then the gobble would get to us.
It had to come all the way across those.
And once he did that, though, then he blew up.
Yeah.
He went to strutting, and he strutted, and he would gobble, and we'd just lay it to him. And he would gobble, and he'd strut back and forth, looking our way. I know some of you purists don't like, we had some decoys out, and I'm going to use decoys in a big pasture like. We're hunting, I'd almost call them pasture birds. It's so wide open. Yeah. So there's this little, I'd almost call it a bank, but it wasn't. It kind of dropped off from where he was standing at, and finally, he comes over that way, and he hops off that little bank, if you want to call it a bank, and I go, holy crap, he's going to come. He's coming. He's already committed. He's coming. And he's gobbling. I mean, we still call until we can't see him, and he kind of drifts back to our right, kind of behind us, we figured he knew where to cross that little old draw or holler or canyon or ravine, whatever it is. We don't know what it is down in there because we didn't go over there looking around because we already knew those birds. We didn't want to bump nothing. And I don't know, 20, 30 minutes go by.
And he gobbled a couple times behind us. We knew kind of where he was working around.
And we had our little pop-up blinds because mine was set just a little bit further back than you because I could see behind us. And I turned just to look over my shoulder, and damn, there he was. I don't know, 60, 65 yards back behind us. And I go, he's behind us, and he gobbled back there, I think.
Yeah.
And I know he could probably see the decoys. And I'd say he got within shooting distance of me, but I had to shoot left-handed out the back behind you.
Through a fence.
Through a barbed wire fence. I guess it was barbed wire. Yeah. And, they had them wooden rails up around that one right there by the old tore up windmill. But anyway, he was in wide open, but, somebody hadn't killed a turkey yet. And I really thought he may come on in behind us and come on down through that hay ring because it was open. There's tracks where they walk through it and go toward them decoys, and he'd be right out there in front of us, and you'd pop him. But he kept walking and kept going to our right. And was you able to see him at all when he turned to go down the fence line?
No.
So I watched him till he's out of sight.
And we were concentrating real hard that he's just going to pop out.
Yeah, we're looking just to the right that he's going to find a way through that fence and come right back up toward where the hens he heard calling were.
I happened to look left back out on that long finger we were on, and I was like, there he is. And you're like, where? I said, no, out in front of us. And sure enough, he had done come out about 90 yards. 90, 100
yards out there, and we'd give him a little sweet talk, and boy, he'd gobble. He'd strut. He'd blowed up. I mean, he's beautiful. And I got a few pictures of that. But he never would. He'd come that way, and he'd stop, and he'd turn around, and he'd walk back off that hill. He'd be gone.
He'd go off to the left and gobble. Go off to the front and gobble. Go off to the right and gobble.
And he kept coming back. You could count on him. He was going to be there till dark. I mean, if the situation hadn't changed on him, I believe he may have finally broke and come in.
The third time that he went off to the right, I told you, I said, man, that's got to be it. I mean, he's got to be done.
He was gone. I mean, and we didn't hear him and didn't hear him.
And I said, man, I'm pretty sure I heard another bird gobble from where he come from. I said, I just maybe one time, but when he was gobbling, I could have sworn I heard another gobble. Well, I look over there where I think I heard the gobble. I told Anthony, I said, there's another bird. And there was no way.
You said another big bird.
Yeah, there was no way it was him. He hadn't had enough time to cross and get up there and spin around and all that. But I got to see something that I had never seen, which I had Anthony blocked from seeing.
I could not see the bird that he was looking at.
But when I see this bird, he's in full strut, and then all of a sudden he comes running off a huge hill with his fan up. I've never seen one run like that.
He was
with
running
a fan up.
in strut, basically.
In strut. Yep, coming off a huge steep bank.
And like he meant business. I assume I didn't see him, but he's running. He's coming, and he was coming a totally different direction, almost a beeline from where the other one we saw that came and worked his way around behind us.
And when we actually got to see that crossing the next day, it was just a straight off cattle
I don't know why
crossing.
that bird didn't come that way.
No, I don't either. But but the bird that we had been messing with for several hours, next thing we know, he comes back out of the trail he went down, and he is running wide open.
He has looked like he has been bumped. He's seen a hunter. Something.
Got shot out of a cannon.
He was scared. He was running like he was scared, and with good reason.
Yeah.
Because after he crossed over and went down in the other little draw, hollow, ravine, whatever you want to call it, out pops Big Boy.
And he's fired up.
And he's closer, though. He's within 80 yards easy, maybe 70.
Well, when he come out that trail, he cut that corner where that other bird never would cut the corner.
He come out toward where those little plum bushes was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not far out of range, but he was out of range, a comfortable range. I'm not saying the last day of the hunt, something might not have happened if we'd seen it, but he turned, he gobbled, he strutted just for a second, and we put a little call to him, and man, he turned and he started coming.
Running.
At a fast run, trot, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it. You can see them old breasts just jiggling. I mean, he's running. I'm sitting there going, it's happening.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. I don't even have my gun up. I'm videoing with my phone because
I've got the safety off, and I'm just tracking him.
He's well within 60 yards, and I'm going, he's going to kill him. He's going to kill him. I'm waiting on the shot. And you didn't shoot because he was running so hard. You thought for sure he's going to blow up right here 25, 20 yards on these decoys right in front of us.
Or even 30 or 40. I mean, I knew he was going to stop. I was following him. I mean, I was tracking him with my red dot down through there. But, well, good old meeting two. The adventures.
The curse of meeting two happened again. Apparently, up pops a cow that we didn't even know was anywhere around.
Cows have been on the other side all day.
We've been watching them way across from us. And she, I'm assuming it's a she. It could have been a steer, but it didn't matter. I believe if I'd had a 30-06, I'd kill the damn thing. But cuts the bird kind of and spooks him, which is unusual. They should be used to them, but I don't know if this was just a mama had a calf down there. She didn't like the bird anyway, apparently, and she turned that turkey, and he went off the other side he had slowed down because I thought she was fixing to shoot, and then he turned and took off and went off down that hill.
And when he went off. He was
gone.
You couldn't see him anymore.
He gobbled?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He went the same way the other bird did.
We didn't know the terrain, and once again, that's where woodsmanship comes in. But, we got an extra half a day to hunt. We weren't scouting. I mean, we had Onyx where we could look, but a satellite image is not boots on the ground. And what he did was him and the other bird just went, that we thought they went off in the ravine, but really they just went off down the side of that opening.
The hillside.
Right around the edge of the trees where it drops off in the ravine, and they just went right past us and then went off down in the big scope of woods that kind of was off the property.
They gobbled.
And they gobbled all the way.
To the roost.
Holy crap. It was amazing how many times. Well, from the first time the first bird gobbled till they flew up, they gobbled over 100 times more.
Oh yeah, and what was crazy is the bird that ran off. He still gobbled all the way to the woods.
Even with the bird that ran him off gobbling, he was still gobbling. And I don't know if it's a Rio trait. But as soon as they pitched up in the trees, which we didn't hear them pitch up, or maybe you did, I can't hear.
No.
But
and we couldn't
gobbling
see them.
ended. I mean, It was over. They did not gobble no more. And, we found out something else new. You know, it don't get dark or sun don't set to 8:30. And of course, in Oklahoma, you can only hunt till sunset. You can't, like not here in Alabama, you can hunt 30 minutes after sunset, which in turkey season, generally you're not going to shoot nothing anyway. After sunset, they're already getting ready to fly up. But man, we were fired up, gathered our stuff,
had a good idea where the birds was
where
at.
they were, and kind of picked a spot we thought we'd go off, and we talked to our guy. I'm not going to call him a guide, but the guy that has all the access to the property, and told him what we had witnessed. And he had been out on some other properties trying to roost birds and that kind of thing, and he hadn't had any real luck. He said, we don't need to leave gobbling birds. I don't think he even knew those two was there, to be honest with you. Well, he knew one was there because the guy bumped one off, but so he tells us to meet him over there at 5:30 the next morning, which means we got an hour drive. It's an hour.
Hour and 5.
And which means we got to leave by 4 or 4:30, which means we're up by 4. I might have got up a tad earlier. I had to have some coffee made. And so we eat us a little dinky sausage biscuit thing and grab a cup of coffee. We're on the road, and we meet him there. And I didn't know we were set up. I honestly, hindsight being 2020, I think you already had thought it, but I thought we were in a good spot. I mean, they were up the holler from us. And they gobbled. That one gobbled. It was black dark. I'm talking about there was no sign of the sun coming up, like breaking light of any kind. It was black dark, and that bird gobbled. And, of course, we got set up under some cedars and that kind of thing, and we knew where they was coming from, and they did gobble, but they didn't come our way. I'm not so sure they even came and bypass, toward the hay ring. I don't know if they didn't hang out over there in that other property somewhere. Not saying they did or didn't, but anyway, it didn't work out that morning. And we kind of walked back up. I don't know what was it, 7:30, 7:30.
Yeah, we skirted that edge.
Then we skirt the edge, and that's when we really knew how they went in. Well, I guess we may have figured that out that evening when we walked out. But
I think they just stayed low like we stayed.
And then we come out and walk kind of down that long place where the birds were. And we set up off down that way. And our guy Ryder, he goes off down behind us somewhere off further down, and he calls a little bit, and we call some, and I don't know, 30 minutes, you see.
I heard a couple gobbles.
Heard some gobbles. And then you say turkey. 2.
3.
3. And there is 3 turkeys, and they're coming fast. And so fast enough, I can't tell what they are. And they get within 20, 25 yards of us. And they're all 3 Jakes. I guess they're Jakes. According later on, well, anyway, we'll get into what we was told, but anyway, they're gobbling. They're gobbling like men. I mean, they had gobbled, and when they didn't see a hen and turned around and went back to where they came, they gobbled all the way out.
I mean, they gobbled in our face.
I never saw one blow up that I could see as fan to say, yes, that was truly a Jake. All I could see was a 2-inch beard maybe sticking out, a beard straight out of their chest. Okay, yeah. They all of them had no kind of curve to it whatsoever. But we were told those probably might have been full-grown gobblers, because that place had burnt, and you could see where it had burnt earlier, probably back in the spring. And those birds went in there when it was so hot, it probably burnt their beards off. So like who's the pirate Blackbeard that used to set his hair on fire, his beard on fire to scare the pirates? So these turkeys apparently are smart enough. If there's a fire around, they can burn them beards off so that they look like Jakes and they survive. I mean, Hell, they could have been 4 or 5 years old. I don't know. But I didn't say nothing and wouldn't say anything. I mean, I guess it could happen. I don't know.
What's the odds of three?
Yeah, all three of them run in there
And be the same length.
Found them a flame, not just a hot embers, but they'd had to be flamed up. I didn't see blisters or their feet black or their legs all blacked up and the feathers burn off of them. Because to me, if you could burn a beard, let's just say a 9-inch beard, 7 inches up, I would think you'd have some scorched breast feathers. I'm not sure, but
well, and I kind of the way I looked at that is if they would have burned off from 9 to 7 or 9 to 2, I don't think they would have stuck straight out. They were already used to hanging down, so I'm pretty sure that would just be a little 2-inch.
Anyway, it was funny. It was funny. And
good inside joke.
They did gobble like. Now, he never heard them gobble. He couldn't. He said he never heard them.
The wind had picked up some.
The wind had started blowing, and he was going to leave us and go scout some other property. We were going to stay there till at least lunch, go get us some lunch. Hopefully he had found some birds or something. But anyway, we were going to stay there. He leaves us, and we go back up to the hay ring, and we set up in our chairs. Just, it's 10 o'clock probably. We're going to waste a couple hours up there. By then, the wind had picked up. It was a hard 20 mile an hour, probably sustained 20 mile an hour, easy.
Steady.
And he had already told us, and we'd seen the weather for that day. The storm prediction people in Oklahoma, it was as far on the scale as you could go as far as severe thunderstorms, and then it was as far on the scale that on the severe storms it's 5 out of 5. If you got a storm, it was going to be the worst storm. And then tornadoes, it was 10 out of 10. So if you got a bad storm, you was going to see a tornado. Now, the weather looked great. I mean, it was windy, yes, and we knew there were storms. But we sat there and had lunch, and it...
Hold up.
What?
Well, we got set up. We didn't even get set up by the hay ring, and I seen birds.
Oh, yeah, old turkey eye over here.
And we took off after.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And it was the burnt bearded.
Yeah, it was those. It was those 3 old burnt beards.
When you're looking at them at like 700-800 yards away, you have to make a move when you see a redhead. But come to find out, it was the. We got within what, maybe 125?
Yeah, something like that. Because they had went back the same way they went the day before, and they was working their way around in front of us, cross through a barbed wire fence like it wasn't there. They wasn't hung up. They don't. Apparently only when they're in love did they get hung up on barbed wire fences or anything. Because they went right on through it, and there may have been a fence down there or something, but it was far enough away. But they went on through it and out of our lives. And then we worked our way back up. It was mid-morning.
It was lunch over time.
Well, yeah, I mean,
well, you climbed the windmill.
I put on a little. Yeah, I did climb the windmill first, didn't I? I had to climb that windmill. It was a little cloudy, but it wasn't rainy, and there wasn't no lightning. There wasn't nothing happening. No storms at all right then.
Wind was still 20.
The wind was it was whipping it. I'm telling you, whipping it. And then I climbed down and gave everybody a little tutorial. It's out there if you want to see it. It's some quality information, people. I'll just tell you, if you want to kill a bird, you better go listen to it or watch it. I even put it on our YouTube channel. And we do have a YouTube channel, and we're going to start putting some content on there, by the way. It just may be BS crap we're doing. Now that turkey season's all but over for us, I mean, we may be out in a boat. We may be out scouting. We may be working on a side-by-side.
Doing some
greenfield prepping, or just general BSing. So y'all go check it out. I got a link on my page, the Meat and Two page, because for some reason I cannot search Meat and Two on YouTube and it pull us up. I don't understand it. But yet there's a link, and Meeting Two's in the link. I mean, it's all that jibber jabber code. So, I mean, have to be careful. There's all kind of meat out there, folks. I'll leave it at that. But there's some weird stuff. So go find that link and go subscribe. That's all you got to do. And anytime we put something up, if you subscribe, you'll get a little notification. It won't drive you crazy or any of that kind of stuff. But, you might get a laugh. You might get some information out of it. Matter of fact, I think I went ahead and put up the one on our spraying our clothes down. So it's up there too. Just a little things here. It's just started. I mean, we had to get this page because Google shut down their podcast platform and moved it to YouTube. So, I mean, I don't know. We may, right now, and especially once we get our studio done that we have no excuse for now since turkey season's about over, we may set up a GoPro.
That's what I was thinking.
I could set one right over here in this window right now and shine down on us. When I say shine down, well, focus in on us. And basically, no audio, but you could, I guess it could do audio from it. I don't know if it would take a different microphone or pick it up. I don't know how you would sync it through this stuff, is what I'm saying, our soundboard. But anyway, and you could watch it. You can see these two beautiful guys, and warn your wives not to be watching because they liable to slap you when it's over with. For those of y'all that's only seen a picture or two here or there, a little video, but we could do that, especially once we get the Meeting Two studio done.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, I digress. I'm sorry I got off on that, but I did want to let everybody know about YouTube because a lot of people don't. I just got asked about it just a few minutes ago. And like you got a buddy that's all he does YouTube. Mm-hmm. And it worked out perfect. We just started it when Bones asked you about it, I think. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so we sit there and decide to go to lunch. And he told us about a great little lunch place right there in Clinton, Oklahoma. What was the name of it?
Route 66
That was
Cafe.
Route 66 Cafe. Because I was wanting to go to that museum if we killed out and had some time, had to get to do a little sightseeing. But once again, the Meeting Two curse.
And mind you now, we really hadn't thought that much about the weather, but we had people from Alabama, friends and family that was texting us and keeping us up to date. And while we were eating, we were watching. Oh, yeah.
We were seeing, and the storms were forming, but everything was way north of us. Everything was training southwest to northeast, and it was miles and miles from us. Mm-hmm. And we go back out, and we know the wind. By then, the wind's howling even harder. And we set our blinds up, which are not going to stay in the ground, and we moved to a different little place kind of down from the hay ring to where we thought those turkeys, if they come back across how they'd went to roost, we could see that little dip in the area they walked around the edge of the woods. And luckily, we staked down with our little stakes, which would have been nothing, but we tied off the fronts. The wind was dead out of the south. I'm talking about straight out of the south, hitting us dead in the face. And we tied the front of our blinds, and these little deception blinds are not big. 3 by 3, 3.5 by 3.5, something there. They're just a little square. You low to the ground. You sit in your turkey chairs. But we tied the front, so they're just like the big blinds, got the pop out hubs and the eye ring in the front where you can tie them down, which is really made so they don't collapse in on you. And which worked well. I mean, we had some high winds then, and we called and we had a little bit of fun. And our wives are texting us, watching the weather, and friends are texting us, watch the weather. Our guide access man, be careful, and he did say, look, keep an eye on the weather. Chances are you're not going to see nothing. I think it was only like a 20% chance of any one place getting these storms. But if you got a storm, it was going to be the 5 out of 5 thunderstorm and 10 out of 10 chance.
And it happened quick.
Yes. Well, all these storms all day long had train north of us. And I took some pictures, and they were all, because the wind was blowing hard out of the south, it kept it all pushed north of us. And then I'm looking at the radar, and like I said, you can see for miles. And I think I told you, I said, I think we might get a little shower out of this one. You could see it looked, hazy back in there like it was raining. And it did. It kind of drifted on our way and got a little darker and a little misty rain. The wind
it laid
down. I'm thinking, hey, this might be all right. We can hear. And then the lightning. Man, if you've never been in a lightning storm in Oklahoma.
With no trees to buffer no
With no
sound.
trees, that lightning was striking oil rigs. There was a big drill rig over from us. It was just, there's nowhere to go but to hit the ground or a fence post or a cow, I guess. I don't know what all, but you swore it hit the ground right out there. We walked out there toward that other spot where you thought it hit the ground out afterwards. Anyway, it's lightning so bad, we can't get out of our blinds. And we're maybe a little more miles away from the truck. And I didn't want to be the tallest object out there. Headed back to the truck, toting metal chairs and blinds and decoys and trying to get back. So we decided to wait that out because I thought I'm looking at the radar. It didn't look bad at all. And then the rain got harder and harder, and the thunder got louder. And then the freaking wind, it didn't lightly start blowing. It come in, I mean, when it hit. I'm talking about it hit.
It doubled.
And it was worse on you because it was coming straight out of the west now. You thought it was tornadoes. I believe it was straight line. Well, even on the weather, they said it was 75 to 85 mile an hour straight line winds with these storms later that night. But when we was watching the weather, the wind was just, it was roaring. We're side by side, no further than we're sitting apart right now, and we're yelling at each other. I'm already deaf, but I got my tetras in, and the wind don't really affect these tetras I have. There's no microphone noise, like, the wind blowing in a microphone. And, we're kind of talking about what? An escape plan or whatever, but
because my hub's done popped
your
in on
your
me
hub
twice.
had popped in, and you're trying to hold it out, and it's starting to hail. And it didn't start out. As the hail started, I get a severe thunderstorm alert, and it's kind of like Amber Alerts here. You don't silence those. They come through, kind of like it did in Kansas on us. Mm-hmm. And it's a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm reading down through it, and straight line winds, 80 miles an hour. And then what at the time got my attention, and I started getting worried, was they called for softball size hail.
Hey, when you told me that, I couldn't even hear you.
I know, and I'm going softball size hail. It's only marble size right now, which isn't a big deal. And it wasn't like it was just turning the ground white.
Mm-mm.
But as I'm looking out my side window back behind you, the hail's getting bigger. And I hear it hitting the top of my little nylon deception blind. Now the marble size hail is golf ball size hail. Well, it might have been ping pong size, but it was as big as golf balls. And like I said, it's not just raining down to where it would strip trees, but it's enough. You're over there. Apparently, we found out later that you're praying, texting the wife. Well, you text her, right?
Yeah, I thought that was it.
You thought it was over. You thought tornado. This didn't go for 5 minutes like a little storm here in Alabama and gone. We're in this for at least 20, 25 minutes because this storm, it formed over us, basically. It was just the rain we saw on the radar, and then it just started growing. So it grew, and even as it trained a little north, it was just getting worse and worse south of us or southwest of us. And you're talking about pulling out and headed for the truck. And I'm going, man, it's golf ball size hell out there, which you already knew it didn't hit you in the hand. Your hand was already beat up. And that was your That was you. Mushroom finger hand. If I'm not, I'm glad one didn't hit you right on into that finger.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, I was worried, and my deal was we can't leave until, once it rips a hole in the top of this blind, we get something that big. You'd start gather all your stuff was wetted, rain. We're on flat ground now, on top of a hill, and you had a couple inches of water in
It
your.
like flash flooded that ground so hard it wouldn't take. There was just rivers going everywhere.
And I had here once again, you were blocking a lot of the heavy rain off of me because it was blowing in due west. So you're trying to hold your blind apart, but it's blowing in on you. You're soaked. I'm not even hardly wet. I'm damp. But the hail's still beating off the top of these things. And I've moved all my stuff to my left, the east side of the blind. And I've got my turkey vest up. Did you have a turkey vest? You was chest pack.
I took my chest pack.
Mistake. Well, no, I don't know. You had a good plan too, but I had got my vest ready to pull up over my head if we had to get out of there. And it wouldn't have took much to get out. All you had to do is lift up on the corner of that blind.
All I had to do is let go.
Yeah, you got to let go. I would have just lifted up, and they'd been gone. They may have stayed tied to the fence, but they would have been collapsed and tore all to pieces. And only thing, I'll be honest with you, if I had thought tornado like you thought, to hell with the gun, I would have left gun and all. I would have been holding that vest over my head trying to get out of there.
I had to dump the water out of my barrel.
Your gun filled up with water.
And it was going downhill.
So
I don't even know how that happened.
Man, there was a river behind us. I mean, that golf ball size hail was making these huge splashes. And this is flat ground. I mean, we're not on the side of a hill.
No.
We're sitting up there beside a feedlot, basically. I mean, it's flat. We're looking off down the hill, and of course, it's that little place in front of us. It's roaring low down there, but it just roared and roared. I'm trying to watch the radar. You're over there praying, I think now, did you get called to preach?
No.
I thought you got called to preach. Done told the wife goodbye. My wife has done called us dumbasses right before that, and I'm thinking, she's going to regret that when we're dead. She's going to wish her last words had been, Anthony, I love you. But no, she said, Anthony, you're a dumbass. And maybe some other few choice words in there. I don't want to scan back through my texts because, she was right. I hate to say it, but she was right. We should have left when I said, we might get wet out of this. But before it's over, all of a sudden, the wind stops. Still hailing, and the wind starts out of the east. It's hitting me on my side now. And that's when I went, uh-oh, tornado. Something's happening above us. You can't see above us because we're in that blind. That's when the tornado warning went off. I don't know if you was getting them on your phone, but I was getting them on my phone.
And somehow I actually screenshotted it. I guess during the nerves, I actually
I screenshotted it too. And where they're showing the tornado, my blue dot where we're sitting, that's where we're at. The tornado's in the air above us, apparently. And, of course, it's going northeast. And those storms was moving at a good clip. You had to be with 100-mile-an-hour wind or 85-mile-an-hour winds. Well, the tornado apparently set down on the ground just north of us. What, a mile or so?
Yeah, a town called Barnsdall.
Yeah, Barnsdall.
Kill one,
destroyed the little town.
Yeah.
But before all this happens, let me go back. I got a text.
Yeah.
I get a text from our guide, property access man, and it's, hey, there's storm chasers set up. This was before the storm started now. Just a couple of miles from y'all up the road in Arapahoe.
Yeah.
LOL. Well, I kind of LOL'd too. I mean, it's still blue skies and white clouds out in front of us.
They were 4 miles from us.
We should have took a cue from that. I've watched these tornado shows. Listen, they know where they're going and they set up ahead of them so they can watch them and film them.
They want to be in them. We didn't.
I'm telling you, we should have left right then.
Yeah.
And hindsight being 2020, and let me tell you, in the future, when they call in for bad storms and we see off to the west, north, whichever direction they're coming from, we're leaving.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just rest that evening.
So the tornado, we'll get back on the little tornado story. I know we're running long on this stupid story, but when you actually believe you're going to die, and I think both of us did. I know 100% you did. You know, the storm goes on out from us. Everything quits. I mean, the rain.
Nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the rain's gone, the clouds break, you see the blue sky again. It's
all these rivers absorb into the ground real quick.
Yeah, it's like what, 6:30 now, 6:45.
Yeah.
You go, I'm done. I go, really? You done? I've had it. You know, thought we was gonna die. We survived. I'm done for the day. Okay, all right. So we get out. You're pouring the water out of your gun, and you're soaked. I'm damp. I'm not bad wet, but I am damp. My stuff stayed relatively dry. I don't know how. I put it all in that back left corner of my blind, and I think I blocked it until the wind started coming out of the west. That's how that got a little bit, I'm sorry, I got away from the mic, got a little bit wet. And we pop our blinds down and fold our chairs up. And guys, these blinds and chairs, they're so easy to take down and put up. So it didn't take long amazingly, the turkey decoys were still on their stakes. I don't know how that happened. They had to be spinning like a top. I wasn't looking at them because I was looking west. I was watching you to get sucked off up into the clouds, you know. Like, well, there goes my partner. I'm next. But we go down there and we got all of our stuff loaded. We're just gonna walk down there and get them. Go back to the truck and get them off their stake and bagged up. Or did we even have them off stake? And what happened?
We heard it gobble.
The damn turkey gobbled. And it was like, where was that? It was back down that long little ridge in front of us. Or it had been off to our right where we were sitting up then. So, you know what? All of a sudden, the fear of death left us because a turkey gobbled. And not just one gobble, he gobbled again. Couple of gobbles, and we make our way. We decide, well, it's an hour till we got at least an hour left, and we truck off over that way and call. And I don't know if they answered us; they gobbled. But we get over there looking for a place to set up. But once again, it's like these Rios. What do you say? They just gobble till on their way to the tree. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they do that.
I think they're just trying to call their hens up for the end of the night or something, let them know where they're at. But we know Rios will gobble on the roost because that's how we killed that bird in Kansas. We roosted him.
Yeah, we roosted him. It was just, maybe it was just something, freaky about these birds.
Different
where we were
area.
at. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they just don't want the owl or something to know where they're at. I mean, I don't know what hunts them at night. They may just say, hey, once we're in the tree, we're quiet. Or it might have been just that week we were there. But anyway, it's going on 8:30, 8 o'clock. We're done. We head to the truck, and both of us trying to watch what we eat, but we just had to go fast food. Nothing's open at 9 o'clock at night in these little towns except a fast food joint. We rolled through McDonald's and I grabbed a burger. I think you had a chicken sandwich, and we're watching the weather, and that's when we really knew how bad it got.
And it was getting
it's
bad
still going
again.
on. Yeah, I mean, it's still going on. I'm thinking we're done, but no, there's another storm formed to our southwest. Guess what direction we go home? Southwest. And we rolled through another big one. No, I mean, it got hairy in it, lightning, big heavy rain, no hail, thank God. Truck didn't get damaged. I'm amazed that truck didn't have a ding, and I'm not saying you won't find a ding somewhere, but it didn't get dinged up. And like I said, it wasn't just sheets of hail coming down. It was real sporadic, but it was pop, pop, pop. You could see them just splashing. So we get back to the house thinking, we get us a shower. I mean, it's already late.
We'd left the porch light on so we could see it get out.
Left the porch, and we did. We got in the house, walked in the door, and what happened?
Power went out.
Power goes out, black, dark. I hear a generator crank up behind us.
We were going to wash and dry our clothes.
Yeah, we was going to dry our clothes, get everything ready for in the morning, get us a shower. I did take a shower. But apparently over there, to have water pressure, they have pumps because I'll be honest with you, I could have peed a stronger stream, and I have problems now doing that and than what I was getting out of that shower that night. And I did get wet and soaped up and got done, showered by phone light. And I think you just laid your stuff out.
Yeah, I just hung it up.
And then, I mean, we were totally exhausted. I mean, just from the stress of the storm, and the long days of hunting.
It took a lot longer to get back because see the road.
Our hour drive probably was an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and we get the text where we're going the next morning, and that didn't really.
Good thing it was only 20 minutes or 15 minutes from the cabin.
Down Blue Tick messed us up on that.
Yeah. That was a beautiful place.
Beautiful place.
Plenty of sign there. I'm pretty sure if the neighbor's dog wouldn't have come in there, we would have had some luck. We did hear the one bird gobble just off the property.
So we left there and went to another place, which had birds.
Yeah.
I mean, there was, 4 jakes?
Yeah, we could have killed
4 jakes. We could have, if we was jake killers, which we're not until the last 5 minutes of the hunt, on a hunt like this, I'm not going to lie, I probably would have shot one if one had showed up that last evening. But anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
We belly crawl up through this pasture. They were right over the hill, and it's 4 jakes. I can see them. You can see them. We kind of tell him they're jakes. He already knew we weren't going to shoot a jake, at least not right then. And, Oklahoma turkey numbers are supposedly down, and, I didn't want to shoot a jake. I didn't drive 1,000 miles to shoot a jake. And they kind of, I ain't going to say they saw us because they didn't run. They just kind of eased on off and away from us. And we eased that on down past where they were and set up. And he stayed with us, and he called a little bit. By then it's 10 o'clock. Once again, about 10, he's leaving us. He's going to go scout, leave us there, and we're going to hunt till lunch. And I think we hunted that day till probably close to 1.
Yeah, it was.
Because we'd already decided. Well, no, I think we decided that evening. Not much happens there in the middle of the day anywhere until 4 o'clock or later, once it starts cooling off, because it was hot. And we went into town and found a good little old Mexican joint. Great food. More dipping sauces than I'd ever seen brought out for free. And we had our lunch, and we went back and set up. I guess we went right back. Yeah, we went right back to the same place. We left our chairs and everything sitting there. We knew we was going back unless he called us. Or did we carry our chairs out?
No, we left her.
Okay. But if he had called us, we could have went right back and grabbed our chairs quick. Mm-hmm. We went in 5 minutes from the truck, to be honest. And we set up all evening. But he had told us, you're going to see a lot of hens, and those jakes will probably come back. And they roost back behind you. And, I'm almost thinking, bull beep, or whatever, I'm not sure about this. And lo and behold, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30, here comes the jakes. Them jakes were jakes. They cared nothing about decoys, about calling.
Yeah, because we were going to play with them.
Yeah, we was going to play with them. They didn't care nothing. They went right on past us and around behind us and went on off down to wherever they was going. And we sat there and we shot the breeze and laughed and joked and carried on. And I don't know what time it was, but I told you, I said something about hit that call, that Christopher Allen call. I guess that was it again, was it?
Mm-hmm.
And you did, and man, right behind us, sounded like, or right up the hill.
It was close.
We're both like, holy crap. They gobbled. Actually, then they double gobbled. There was 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I see I can barely make back through. There's little tiny openings. I see turkeys go by. So there they come. They're coming. And then I get my binoculars up, and it's not 2 turkeys, it's 4. And I see one, and I can see that little Jake beard. And I'm like, crap, it's them damn Jakes. I'm thinking now that it was the Jakes gobbling because we had the burn-off beard Jakes gobbling on us. So, I'm thinking, well, hell, these Jakes gobble like men. These were thunderous gobbles. And a hen comes around.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're waiting on the gobblers because this hen, she makes an appearance, and she comes down there, and she's wearing out my decoy. I mean, she is beating the living crap out of this decoy, and I see the 4 Jakes. I don't know what happened. They didn't make the turn, but they were up on to our right where the hen come from, and I see these Jakes running back the same way they come. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, they're smoking it. And the turkey still gobbles. They're right behind us now, across behind us. They couldn't get to us. I think it was too thick. No way they could see us. But from what we figured, what? They saw we know where they came from now. They probably was easing our way. The hen didn't like our yelping. She brought this gobbler our way, or gobblers, and they saw the Jakes. And the 2 of them, they could handle those 4 Jakes, and they ran them Jakes off, is what I think. I don't know. But we sat there until 8:30. And did we hear a gobble? I don't think we heard a gobble.
No, we had the 2 hens in there with us.
I think they just went right back up through the woods the way they came and probably roosted back off the property. And we went back over there the next morning.
Mm-hmm. Which is our last morning.
Our last morning. And let me tell you, Jake's was weighing heavy on the mine. I ain't ashamed to say it. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger or not, but it would have been real tempting.
When I had that one 15 yards from me, I was itching. It been last morning.
Well, we don't see our big gobblers. The hen, it ended up 2 hens for dark. Those 2 hens, we had set up differently because we knew where the gobblers had come from. So we had our blinds. We was top the field, and I don't know. It was 9:30. We ain't heard nothing, something like that. When he told us to come meet him, we met him at a gas station. Dude, be careful filling up a Duramax with a diesel 18-wheeler diesel pump. I don't know what you call it, the big mouth or the big spout. It's my turn to fill up, top off, whatever you want to call it. Man, I got that thing rolling, and he pulls up, and we're talking, and it cut off, but it's too late. That damn thing puked all over me. I mean, I had diesel fuel. Luckily, not all over my pants, but all over my britches, down your truck. I'm surprised Hazmat didn't have to come and do a cleanup down there on that ground. But I stunk. Glad we wasn't deer hunting. I had diesel fuel all over me, but he carried us to a place where he'd seen some turkeys, and we actually saw some turkeys driving over there.
Yeah.
And lots of turkey sign crossing that road where we parked. And, of course, he left us there, told us just kind of walk this 2-mile walk, at least 2 miles, one way, make this big loop. And we saw some turkeys 10 miles away with binoculars.
Saw
we didn't have no luck. One hen.
Bunch of hogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The pigs come out on us. Yeah. And, if that one behind us had come out, we'd killed it. The other one shot out of there like a rocket. He was gone across that big pasture. And when I say big, these things are monstrous. 40-acre pastures or fields or whatever, long, 40 acres wide, 100 acres long. I don't know. But we made that loop, and we come out. This is our last day.
We had to go back to the house and collect our
Yeah,
stuff.
we went back, and I guess we got us some food. What did we eat on the way back?
I made egg sandwiches.
Oh, that's right. You cooked there. We had some eggs and cheese, and anyway, he's our cook when we cook. We ate it. I ate way too much. That night before, I'd ate too much there.
I made them.
I was miserable. You made the big sandwich. We had 2 apiece that night. And so we ate our sandwiches, kind of hung around. We knew we had to be out there by 12, 1 o'clock because cleaning people was coming. And he gave us the choice of going back to where the tornado nearly killed us, going back to where we was that morning. And, we talked about it, or he'd carry us somewhere totally different. And we done seen birds on the other 2 places. And to be honest, I don't think either one of us really want to go back to Butler where the tornadoes was. But, I can't say whether it would have been a good decision or not. I think our decision going back to where he was that morning was a very poor decision in hindsight after what happened, So we went back to where we was, where the 4 Jakes were. We done kind of made up our mind, well, there's 4 of them Jakes. We might have a good chance of. He was all about filling a tag, not burning a tag. And he said that place, dozens and dozens of Jakes. That was his whole problem with hunting. If the Jakes would come in on a single gobbler and proceed to beat the crap out of him and run him off. And that's why he didn't even like hunting over there. So we made that decision, and we went back and set up our blinds for that evening. And
the meat and 2 curs.
The meat and 2 curs happens. First, was that before the boat? Anyway, first, the guy with the boat drives down the road. There's a big lake way around from us. And he comes driving down the road. And he's with his little old one-man boat. It ain't no big deal. It ain't even 4 o'clock probably. And then the cows. Here comes a herd of black Angus. We done seen a big bull the night before and run some off that morning. But these cows are a mile away from us coming around. I won't say maybe not a mile, but it looked like a mile away. And they're just feeding toward us down that access road. And we know what's going to happen. They're coming. And they get about 3/4 of the way to us, nearly to that big hay ring. And like a fool, I said, I ain't, this ain't happening. So I jump out of my blind because it probably was 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'd have been back since 2. We knew we weren't going to see nothing. I think we took a nap in the truck before we got out. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was 3 o'clock when we got in the blind. But anyway, I get out and I'm waving my arms and yelling like a damn idiot from Alabama at this herd of black Angus mama cows with their babies. And there was a bull or 2 in there with them. I think the bulls were, I don't know why they kept the bulls in there. Maybe protection. I don't know. I find this big old 2.5 gallon jug, kind of like what Roundup comes in, concentrate, about that size. Of course, it's squished flat. I'm beating it on my legs and I'm waving my arms, yelling at these cows. I didn't even realize how far that hay ring was from us. But when I turned around and looked at you, I went, if that bull, if he decides to come after me, I'm a dead man. I ain't nowhere to run. I'm way away from the cattle crossing. But finally a lead cow turned, and that turned the whole herd, except for the bull. He wasn't very happy about it, but he finally turned, and they all left. I'm feeling like a stud there for a minute. Like, hell yeah, I done got these cows. I mean, I've messed with a few cows, 5 or 6, not 100. There had to be a good 100 of them in there, not counting the calves. And now I find out somebody's videoed me out there calling me Cowboy Crow or whatever. But anyway, I'm thinking I've done my job. And we're going to have a good evening. We're going to get those 2 gobblers. We're going to follow those hens back down that one road we figured to come in on. Or the 4 Jakes are going to come right by us. And, man, it would be tempting. I ain't going to lie. It would be bad tempting. Because where they'd have crossed, it wouldn't have been 25 yards no matter what. 30 at the most. But the meat and 2 curse happened again. Just at prime time. I'd say 6 o'clock. Here comes the cows. They're feeding back. More. Oh, yeah. They brought friends this time.
Reinforcements.
And they're coming this way. And then 2 kids on motorbikes or 4-wheelers. They're not 50 yards from us, behind us on the access road. And it's a road, probably a county road. I mean, you know, it just dead ends at these 2 ranches or 3 ranches that's back in there. They're up and down this road, back and forth. And, you know, I can't be mad. If I was a kid living out in nowhere, Oklahoma, school's out, and because it was well after school time, I'm going to go ride my dang motorcycle. I did it 1,000,000 times when I was a kid. It's still aggravating. And I'm figuring the dude in the boat, he's going to come out about dark.
Yeah, like prime time.
But here comes the cows. And I mean, when they came this time, buddy, they came. I mean, they were up in the blind with us. One sneezed and blew snot all over the side of my blind. You can hear them. I don't know if I posted a video of it, but I will. You can hear them sucking that grass in. I mean, they're eating machines. They're all up on us. They're sticking their head in your blind. I mean, you had to stick your hand out and wave one off, which I thought might just piss it off, but it did jump back a little bit. They're curious. They're not like turkeys. They did see the blinds, and they over there kind of, what?
I'm looking amongst this herd, and all of a sudden I see this turkey just darting.
And you go, there's a turkey. And I'm going, what? There's this little old hen. I might even call her a Jenny. She might have been
She was small.
She was small. But yeah. We've been seeing Roadrunner. She wasn't much bigger than a Roadrunner, but man, that turkey was all up between them cows, or between their legs, up between I mean, here she comes. She's feeding around, scratching right straight up there to where them jakes had been scratching around in that old hay ring. It's, you know, our guide guy, if you want to call him a guide, I'm hesitant to call that since we didn't see him a whole lot. You know, he said, well, these turkeys are used to them cows. Of course, I go back to, well, the damn cow run the big gobbler off on us. I mean, it wasn't too used to them, but this little old turkey, she didn't care. No. She come all up in there with them. And she stayed there a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she finally fed on off and went back down in the edge of the woods where we couldn't see her. And the cows are all still there. And dark is approaching. This is the last evening. And 8 o'clock? We just basically called it.
8:20.
Said it's over. Popped our blinds down, went back.
Jake's never came back.
No, Jake's never showed. Lucky for them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we changed clothes.
It was your birthday.
Oh, it was my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Happy birthday, Anthony. Didn't get nothing. I thought the turkey gods, or the one and only Lord above us, after surviving tornadoes and hail and lightning, and it being my birthday, we was going to kill a turkey. Especially, you know, that next evening, you know, that Tuesday evening, when they gobble behind us, I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna get it. But no. And thinking back now, I think the Lord said, you know what? You two are idiots.
Mm.
I give y'all common sense. I give you technology. I give you a radar. I give you smart weathermen.
Give you family and friends.
I give you family. I give you
day.
a smart wives. Because both of them said we was idiots. Get out.
Mine was texting me all day, updates on the weather.
We had good close friends. Rusty, watch that weather. Watch that weather.
We had people messages that I hadn't talked to in forever.
Yeah.
They knew we were out there hunting, and they were texting me.
My retired banker messaged me. Y'all better be careful. Be careful. I didn't even know she knew we was in Oklahoma. But no, I think the Lord said, no, you dumbasses, you ain't getting a bird out here. If you're going to be that stupid, you ain't going to get it. So we loaded up. And we head east, leaving Oklahoma behind us. I think we got the I'm sorry text from our guide, land access person. Like I said, we didn't see him a whole lot. And he's a nice guy, don't get me wrong. If he listens to this, I'm not saying anything. He was busy out trying to find us turkeys. That's what he said. And he did have a job. And, yeah, had a home life. I'll leave it at that. So, you know, we headed, what did we decide to do? We were going to make it just to the east side of Oklahoma City. Is that what we decided?
Yeah, we're going to try to make it through Oklahoma City.
Yeah. And find something to eat. We did stop at some supposed to be the world's best steak place, but they closed at 9 o'clock. I'm going, damn, it's a weeknight. I understand, but we're in town nearly. Everything, there's hotels across the road from this place, but no, they're closed. So we hop back on the interstate and we roll on through Oklahoma City or suburbs and find us what was that we ate at? Logan's Roadhouse. We rode in there and had a pretty good meal.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good birthday steak.
And back on the road.
And we rolled on another couple of hours, I guess, or hour.
Yeah, I said I was going to drive till midnight, I think.
Yeah, when
11 or midnight.
We found us a Days Inn or Quality Inn or something. Woke the Indian up, the woman, who I'm not sure what she thought we were rolling in there because we told her we wanted a single room, and she asked if we wanted one bed or two.
And did we have any pets?
But I didn't care about the pets. I didn't take kindly to the do we want one bed. I thought, do we look like we're life partners? I said, I like him, but I don't like him enough to sleep in the same bed with him. We want two beds. And Lord, she was slow. She was picking her nose while she was doing this and touching our credit cards and our room access cards. And she had an old greasy face. And I'm not so sure she didn't pick her teeth after picking her nose. I don't know. But it was a clean hotel. And listen, it was late at night. Like I said, these people live at these. I mean, that's not only their business, it's their homes. So I'm going to cut her a little slack, but I will say, don't pick your nose with the same finger you're going to handle my credit card and my room keys with. But anyway, we got us a nice night's sleep. We got up pretty early. Did get a little cup of coffee out of there before we rolled out. Nothing else. We didn't have no breakfast because we was going to roll on. I think you was really wanting to go eat at that barbecue fish place. What was the name of it? You're good with names. That's my first time through there.
Was it Nick's?
I don't. Maybe it was barbecue and fish, catfish, whatever. You've eaten there a couple of times on some of your storm.
That was my second time. Yeah.
So anyway, we roll up in there and I will have to say it was fantastic. Had to make a run back before we left to the restroom. I'd done drank all kinds of. It was look at old photo memory. Nick's
barbecue and catfish.
And I will
in Carlisle, Arkansas.
I'll give it the old thumbs up as a place to eat right there with our breakfast place, our 24-hour cafe, and
plenty of truck parking.
Lots of truck parking, but the food's good.
Place is
huge. Mean, they don't short you on food. No, it was great. Anyway, don't you talk about the food. But we roll on. We jump in the truck. We're headed. We're not going home, people. Y'all don't like me saying people. He don't like me saying, folks, we were not planning on going home. We'd already made up our mind. We thought we was going to kill the first day, and we were going to roll out of there, and we was headed straight back to Savannah, Tennessee. Home of who?
Daryl Worley.
Anyway, we're about... I don't know. We're at least 4.5, 5 hours from there when we finish lunch. Because we roll into Savannah. What time we roll in?
It was like 3:30ish.
3:30,
4
to
4.
Yeah. So we roll into town, check in to our favorite little hotel. We had a belly full of food, so we wasn't hungry at all. We throw on our camo, and you drive us back out to our hunting spot. We're there by what, 5?
Yeah, we're a little later than we wanted to be.
Yeah,
but
I'm thinking, man.
It is hot, and we're
where are we going to go? Well, I knew where I already had in my mind. We was going back down to where we saw them 2 turkeys. That's where all them out there in the field that same day showed up. They had to be coming out of that scope of woods. And we ease up in there and sign out. Was that before the rattlesnake? Or was the rattlesnake happened after I'd killed mine and we left, or after we left this trip?
So it was after we left this trip. Okay. He was probably in there.
That son of a bitch was in there when we was in there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That SOB. Yeah. Apparently there was this huge rattlesnake inside this metal building that they use to store their stuff, where their the sign-in board, map, and all that stuff is. Apparently, after we left, who let you know?
We were in there on Thursday, and then I talked to my buddy Robbie on Saturday, and he had been up there Friday to show his camper that he's trying to sell. And the guy had his little grandson with him, and he said, "Papa, look." And they looked, and it was, I don't remember how long he told me it was, but anyway, it had 11 rattlers and a button.
I don't know if it's timber rattler.
Yeah,
it was a big timber rattler.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, I've seen one with 13. I killed one with 13. That's a big snake.
And we were in there with no light because there's no power.
Yeah, we have to use, when you go in there, there's a skylight, but it's evening time already, so the sun's not right over top. So you have to use your phone or a flashlight to pinky mark on the map where you're going.
And we was in a hurry. We wasn't like we was looking for.
Yeah, I mean, we wasn't hanging around. I mean, we might have been standing on the daggum thing. He didn't rattle. Thank God, because
and if he did, we might not have heard him because we was talking.
If I'd have heard him, I'll be honest with you, I'd probably have. Well, I wouldn't have been able to hunt because my britches would have been full of something, and it wouldn't be excitement. So, me and rattlesnakes, I've had a long history with them. I don't like them. And there'd been some TSS bouncing off them tin walls. I can tell you that. If I could have got outside, I wouldn't be hunting no hoe or stick to kill it with.
I think a machete laying on top of that.
I ain't swinging,
but that's a little too low.
That's too low. And I think at that time we wasn't wearing snake boots anyway. But anyway, so we jump out. We'll digress from there and get back to the story because it won't be a long one. We drive over. And you park, and we get out, and we load our guns. And I'm going to put all my crap in a chest pack. You've already got your chest pack. And I think you realize you didn't have but 3 shells, which, hell, we'd hunted forever. And I'd only used 1 shell in Tennessee and none in Oklahoma. I had 2 extras in my pocket. Mine's Apex Ninjas. You shoot the regular number 9 Ninjas, I think. I mean, number 9 Apex. I think the Ninja's a 7 and 9 blend.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we walk off down. You got to cross a little green field. Maybe you should tell this story. You're the one that, old Turkey Eye starts doing all this stuff. I'm over here just rambling on. You're It is a 2-person podcast.
Yes.
Tell the story.
Well, we start heading off the hill. We get to the edge of this first field, and we kind of poke our heads out to see if anything's in it. Don't see anything, so we ease on down. There's like a little low spot in there that stays a little wet, and it goes into a huge field. So when we get down in this little swag, as I like to call it, we get down in the swag.
Well, wait a minute. You told me we couldn't see that field till we crossed a limb. I'm looking for a limb.
Yeah.
You're up ahead of me anyway.
Yeah, there's a big oak limb that's laying up there, and you can't really see till you get up over it. So we started through the little swag, and we get across it where I kind of see the field, and I look, and I see a turkey in it. So I grab Anthony. I was like, hey, there's a bird up there. So we get our binoculars out, or I grab mine out and look up and see the bird. Well, Anthony grabs his binoculars, and he says, yeah, I see it. So we can't go into this field. We're going to get busted. So
I'm thinking, damn, we're late.
Mm-hmm.
We got here an hour too late. They're already making their way to roost.
Yeah. So we dropped back, and I told Anthony he's going to throw a decoy out, and in this road, this bush hogged road, and there's some little pines and some little bushes and all.
When I say little, they're little.
Yeah. So he's like, what are we going? I said, let's just jump in right here in this thicker stuff. We're right off the road. So he's out there going to put the decoy out, and I'm watching this bird through my binoculars because there's some little pine saplings on the edge of the field. They really can't see us, and I look over at him, and I'm kind of giving him the thumbs up.
I get the old good. You're good.
Yeah.
He's out there in the road.
And all of a sudden, he just drops back and he says, he's coming. I said, and I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm like, okay. And so I
threw the decoy down.
I threw my binoculars on the ground. There's no time to do anything. So I get on my knees.
No chair put up, no nothing. We was toting our chairs, but we just threw everything down.
I just get on my knees.
You're kind of got a knee under you and a knee on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you're leaned kind of propping against a tree for the most part.
Yeah, I'm steady. I'm ready for him to come down the
Folks,
road.
I didn't even get my gun up because I'm going, well, we're thinking one turkey, and he's going to get his bird. You know, I'm not, I'll video if I can. And we wait and wait.
Yeah, we wait and wait until both of us are numb because of the way we're
my leg.
And,
I had a leg under me too, and it went to sleep.
And Anthony kind of crawls back over there. We kind of meet up. He said, what do you think? I said, I don't know. I said, maybe we can get on our knees and look out there again. And we actually during all this, a crow had flown over.
Man, he was right. He's on top of our heads.
And we had heard the bird gobble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when we got on our knees and looked through our binoculars, we look up, and now we figured out what's happened. There's actually 3 gobblers. Anthony's looking at the 2 that's in the bottom. This bird that I had seen when we were walking in, he was up toward the wood line.
He was up there where they almost come out that morning.
Yeah, and so we're like, that's the deal. There's 3 of them. But
they're further away than they were.
Yeah.
When I saw them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
decided.
Back up to him.
Yeah. We've decided that I can get a decoy out now.
So he's like, what are we gonna do? I said, well, let's get the decoy out. I said, that hump in the road, I think you can drop it out, and then we'll see what we can do. So he got the decoy plugged in. We popped our cheers out, and I used Christopher King's call.
Man,
and
I'm telling you,
bumped it. And when I bumped it,
you didn't even
they double gobbled.
Double gobble.
I didn't even get through it. I'm talking about, and which I will say, we're no pros by no means, but something happened to me that hasn't ever happened to me. With us traveling about 10 straight hours in the truck and the air conditioning, when give your calls a little time to get acclimated, because my striker, it was almost like it had moisture from going from the cool air to the hot, humidity.
Yeah,
it was almost like it had moisture.
When
on it.
you made that was the god awfulest sound.
Yeah,
I mean, it was not a crisp, clean Christopher King.
It wasn't
sound.
a normal.
It did the trick.
It did the trick. 2 of them gobbled, and we like I say, we were set down by this point, and I looked and I seen one head pop up, and it come on by, and I seen another one pop up, and I heard Anthony start counting.
I mean, I could see. First off, I'm behind you, off to your left. If they'd came straight to you, no shot from me, period. But the decoy was almost directly to my left. It was almost straight across from me.
She was actually set up perfect because she was a little past us.
Yeah.
So even if that hung up right there.
I see a white head. You've already seen them.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say nothing to each other because that's 20 yards.
Yeah.
I see a white head. I see another white head. And then all of a sudden, up the hump they come. In half strut, full strut. I don't know if they was full strut. I know it's a half strut. And at first I didn't even have my gun up till I saw them tops of their head. I couldn't see eyeballs or nothing. I just see white heads. I get my gun up, and I hadn't paid attention. But I'll just tell y'all, my red dot died on me, and I didn't even know it. I'm so excited. I see the birds. I didn't even know the dot was gone. But it really didn't make no
looking
difference.
At your hot pink fiber optic, really.
I saw red, but I shoot this Infinity 3, and it's set up with front and rear sights, and it's got a red fiber optic dot. And I'm assuming that's what I saw and what I shot off of.
Yeah. But
before that, though, I just assume they're so close. They're right there in front of me. I can see them both. Listen, we've been trying to double for 4 years. We had our plan down. We have practiced it. We knew what we was going to do. We 1, 2, 3, and then pulled the trigger. whoever's on the left shoots the left bird. Whoever's on the right shoots the right bird. Unlike my brother, and
there was no confusion.
No, there's no
That's why I let the first
confusion.
bird pass. I mean,
and I start to count, and I didn't know number 2 bird. Of all things, it was just a little old scrubby. I mean, just a little 1.5, 2 foot tall oak brushy thing right in front of you.
yeah.
Which didn't really matter in the end.
No.
But he was in front of you, and when I get to 3, we both. It had to be simultaneously. I don't remember hearing you shoot, and I shot.
Yeah.
And by 5:30, we've got 2 dead birds.
We walked, no joke, we walked about 125 yards. We spent 30 minutes.
30 minutes from time we got out of the truck.
Pictures in 30
30 minutes we're taking pictures.
I wish it could always be like that, but there wouldn't be no turkeys left.
Well, and, if that would have been our first hunt, or both of us, second hunt of the first day, we'd have been done in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I like to work a bird, and we did work them.
Yeah.
I mean, did they just gobble and strut all in front of us? No.
Maybe. We couldn't see.
Well, they were off down that hill. I'm sure they were.
I'm sure they were doing their thing.
We couldn't see because it was over that hump. And it was, plus we had hunted how many hours a day in Oklahoma?
16.
16 hours a day.
And then we were sleeping. We were going to bed about 11 and getting up at 4.
So, we were dead, and we hadn't even knocked the safeties off on a bird in Oklahoma. We done drove 1,500, 1,800 miles to get to where we were, round trip. You doggone right. I'm going to shoot first opportunity I get, and the opportunity came quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd have loved to have had some great strutting video from my Tacticam.
I would have loved to have hunted the next morning.
Oh, it was going to be beautiful.
It was going to be the best morning out of.
And we could have.
Yeah.
But you had obligations. You was already in trouble. We was going to if you hadn't killed that evening.
Well, we were blessed. I
think the Lord looked out for us and said, you know what? You've suffered enough. I'm going to give you 2 birds, and I'm going to let you get back home in time to see your son graduate college.
Yeah. Yep. Hunter, congratulations, Hunter. He got his 2-year degree, and he'll start the nursing program in the fall. So I'm excited. I don't know if he told you, but he did send me a text message. Okay.
Yeah, I gave him a little.
And congratulations to his little girlfriend, Ellie Gillian.
Yes,
she graduated as well.
Sweet
and she'll
little
start
girl.
nursing school. So
apparently, I talk more than his daddy. I mean,
yeah,
he don't say a whole lot either when I'm around. Him and his girlfriend carry on.
Oh Lord, they were over at the house last night. It's funny.
But you know what? Think back, you was just like him. Probably. You probably carried on like him. Well, I mean, he's a good kid. I mean,
yeah.
he's not a.
They sat and watched a couple episodes of Sopranos with me because I'm just now watching.
He's no outlaw like you were in your younger days.
No,
he's apparently not a big hunter. I mean, his name's Hunter.
Well, I have big expectations.
Yeah. Well,
but but I mean, he'll usually hit me up, Dad, let's go hunting, just every now and then. But he's been so busy with school and stuff that.
And he may be like my oldest son. He just kind of after 12, 13, he just didn't care much about it. Period. Deer hunting or turkey hunting. Now he's 30. I found out the other day, 32.
Well, Ellie's got a younger brother, and he really likes to hunt. And his brother-in-law takes him some, and we all went out to eat after the graduation, and I told him, I said, get with me, and I'll take you deer hunting this year. So he's excited about that. I like to take kids hunting. So,
and you got a lot of good places to deer hunt.
Yeah.
A lot more than turkey hunting.
Primo.
So now we've got I'm tagged out in Tennessee. Alabama's done.
I got to mark another state off.
You got to mark a state off. I've marked Tennessee off. Tennessee season's not over yet.
To the 26th.
6th, so I can't go next weekend. So we may end up, just depending on this weather. We got some bad weather supposedly coming in now. I mean, it's supposed to be rainy this afternoon and up through the night. I think, you may give me a call, and we may head out at wee hours Monday morning if you don't have to work. I mean, you can even think if you want to go tomorrow, I just need to know so I know I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever to be at your house or come over and sleep on your couch or something.
I have a guest bedroom.
And, I'd probably, I don't know, sleeping in somebody's house, I have problems. I don't have problems in hotels or Airbnb places, apparently.
Usually we're so tired it wouldn't matter. I could sleep in a box.
So, yeah. So our turkey season may not be done for us. We may have one more turkey hunting adventure. If I go, I'm just going as videographer, call guy, whatever.
He's going to be my guide.
I've made it all season. I did get a couple of chiggers on me when I had my NASCAR checkered flag toilet paper incident in Tennessee. But when I had a tick jump on me, when we was walking down through there, remember I said, look at that, there's a tick on my arm.
Yeah.
I had a tick. I guess when I sat down in them pines, my pants slid up above my knee, or above my boot. And I must have had a tick on my boot or something other. And maybe the diesel fuel ruined my what's it called? Promethium mix. I sprayed my boots down, but they're basically, they're waterproof, so they'd wash away to me. I don't think it's soaking. But anyway, it crawled up right on the top of my sock, on the side of my calf. I found a tick. You see, it's still there. There's the mark.
Yep.
I got a tick bite. My only tick bite of the whole turkey season. And it wasn't because of how my clothes were sprayed. It was because it got somewhere on my sock, come up my boot. It didn't crawl down my pants leg up because usually if they get around your waistband and they're going to go in right there or something. So that's what happened. I feel 100% sure of that. But we got one more turkey. We even talked. We threw around. Let's go to Michigan and we can do this or that.
But Michigan, that may be our tour for next year.
Yeah, so. I mean, we got some ideas. We're already making phone calls and what we can do. I think we need to, just between me and you, I think, and I guess all three of y'all listening by now, I think we need a well mapped out plan with dates. Oklahoma, and I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yeah. It's
a long drive, and I like hunting Rios, even though they did us fits. I'd go back out that way somewhere, but we crossed 2 states that season was out of by the time we crossed back through them, that we could have possibly hunted just like we did when we went to South Dakota. And I just think we need to hit states that border us.
Yeah, and I've got friends in Arkansas.
You got friends in Arkansas. You've got a friend in Missouri, I think.
Yeah.
We could have, if we'd planned it better. And I think we just hit Oklahoma because this guy had a couple of open dates that he hadn't filled when we filled them or when we took him. And I'm not saying I wouldn't go back and hunt with the guy.
No.
At all. Not at all. Don't get me wrong whatsoever. We just had bad weather. And
I think, I don't know, I think on that hunt too, I would like to have been there not a whole lot earlier than that. Not like opening week because a lot of hens, but not maybe as late as we went.
So I think for sure we need to key on Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia for close,
We definitely need
well, if we could find a place in Mississippi, public ground, paid ground, any kind of ground like that we could just run over to, but for our big trip, like hit Michigan, maybe hit Illinois, Indiana. Because I know we got a place in Indiana to go. Regardless, we can go there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only 7 hours. It's not a bad drive. Got a good place to hang out and stay.
Yeah, I'd like to end it there. I'd like to go up to Michigan and work our way back south.
Well, what we need to do, and I don't know if this needs to be talked about on the podcast, but we're going to look at season dates, when they close, when they open, and figure that out. Yeah, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. Okay. Well, Illinois goes out before Michigan or Indiana. I'm just saying I don't know that.
Yeah.
Let's hit them first, then we'll bump on up to Michigan, then we'll come back.
May have to do.
We got to do all that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah, because actually Michigan goes out, and man, they've got a lot. You've got to kind of know where you're going in Michigan. They've got a lot of different seasons there too. So,
well, thank God for Hunt 49.
That's right. That has been the best thing.
That's a savior. Hey, if you don't have it on your phone, Dustin found this right out. You've seen it with the NWTF, but
yeah.
That's what made you research them a little more?
No, I was listening to a podcast.
Okay.
The Part-Time Hunter.
Yeah, I listened to part of his yesterday.
And he was the one, he had them on.
Okay. Well, you might need to try to get them on.
Yeah.
Especially for next turkey season.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, not only turkey season, it's good for if you're traveling any kind of hunting. I think they're kind of set up. But, I mean, you can see all the seasons and click on the states and know where your license costs and how to get to it and buy it. So, yeah, if you don't have that app and you're a hunter, I highly recommend you go to your app store and get it. It don't cost a dime. It's unbelievable.
I would pay for it.
I would. Shh, don't say that. They might listen. I assume, to be honest with you, I think somebody will gobble them up one day, like on X or somebody, and it'll become one of their feature things like off-road or whatever they got, or they already have a deal for applying for tags and bull crap, but I'm not a Western big game hunter. I'm just a turkey hunter. They kill whitetail in Alabama when there ain't nothing else to do. About to be a fisherman. If I'd have known it wasn't going to rain, I'd had you over here this morning. What do you see out there? Oh, yeah, there they go. Yeah,
burning that gas.
The lake leeches are back. That's what I call all the summertime people. I live here year round, so honestly, after the 4th of July on this lake, really after Labor Day, it's dead. We're the only ones here. It's the best 6-7 months of the year.
That's really a good time to start fishing too.
But
at the end of
I'd
the
had
year.
you over here though at 6 o'clock this morning. We went out trolling. Boat's running great.
Good.
I mean, I've got it. Man, we're going to have to, we don't even need to be talking about fishing right now. We're going to bring some podcast up. We're going to talk fishing, hunting, greenfield prep. I don't know, politics when it gets that time, if one of them brings up hunting, fishing things or the outdoors or whatever. So anyway, I hope that we didn't bore you to death on this one, but we did want to bring you up. We had a lot of, stories to tell, even though it was only a couple states. But congratulations to my partner over here for at least getting a bird and a Tennessee bird on top of it. So states you can check off the list. And like I said, we're not done. We may end up right back there Monday morning. I don't know. If either way, there'll
be an update.
We'll update you. And I apologize. These things have been getting out late. Oklahoma kind of threw a loop in us, and I didn't get the Christopher Allen podcast out till late. And then the other one, was the other one late? Anyway, we're late. I'll just put it that way. I'm going to work on this one as soon as I hit the stop button, and we're going to put this one out.
And we'll get back on track this
We'll
week.
be back on track, even if we have to do a little in-between bonus something or us just yapping again about it, whatever. So, I hate trying to record them the same week just because like Monday or Tuesday, you couldn't get here. I had my Wednesday thing.
Yeah, ball game Thursday.
Thursday, I got popped in with my granddaughter's championship softball game. I didn't even know about until 10 o'clock Wednesday night. And it just worked out where this morning, it's a Saturday morning that you could get over here and we could get this thing knocked out. So anyway, I say we hit the old stop button on this, and
until next time.
Y'all, I know you northern folks still hunting, so good luck. Well, not even northern. Tennessee's still hunting. I guess that's the further south state still got a season going.
Yeah.
So, all right, good luck, everybody out there. Everybody in the Meat and Two Nation, be waiting on us. I know it sounds funny, but that's what I hope it is one day. All 12 of us. Go tell your friends. Go out there. If you're listening to this, share this with your friends. I mean, we're trying to grow it. Go. If you hadn't rated and reviewed us, rate us, follow us. We're on every platform there is. So please, you know, I don't know how long we can do this without a bunch of listeners. I'd like to get a little feedback from you. So anyway, listen to it, tell your friends, share it, and follow us. Give us that 5-star review. Anything else?
Nope. Till next time.
And next time, folks, we'll see you then.